I am Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. Hello. So thanks for coming back. If you've listened to a show before, if you're new, nice to meet you. Thanks for checking this out. I am a brand expert in Austin, Texas, and I am practicing creating a podcast. So this is kind of I'm doing this every day. I'm trying to, at least. It's a 15-minute podcast about my experience of the day of building businesses and doing research and random thoughts and different things. So it's a little bit, it's not the best podcast in the world, but I'm working on it. So today, I made some notes in order of talking points. So that's new. So I don't know if you guys know who Mel Robbins is. She's kind of I guess, self-help guru. I'm not sure. I guess you could say self-help guru. But on her, she did a video today that said the best way to see success is to keep small promises you make to yourself. So if you just say, I'm working out every day, and then the next day you think of a million reasons not to do it, the most important part is if you make a promise to yourself, the small things, keep them and you'll slowly see success. And I agree with that. But in her video, she kind of pointed outside, like she was supposed to be working out, and then she kind of pointed outside that her daughter was out at the pool sunbathing and she had been outside with her daughter. And I kind of thought, yeah, it's good to keep small promises to yourself and work out, but if you have a chance to be with your daughter, it seems like, and maybe this is just kind of talking yourself out of it, but there is the idea of you're supposed to live your life every day as if it was your last. And if it was your last day on earth, are you going to look back and say, I'm so glad I worked out? You might, but you also might say, I wish I had taken that extra moment to be with my daughter and tan at the pool. So I don't know. It just kind of made me think of, what's more important, keeping your strict idea of what you have planned out for your day, or live life every day as if it was your last. And I kind of, I'm committing to meditating every day for 30 minutes to an hour. I feel like I can work that in any point of the day. So that's a pretty easy one so far. I've only been doing it this month of July, and I'm committing to do it until the end of the year. But it's been pretty easy, I guess, to keep that going. And I'm kind of loosely committing to 15 minutes a day of a published podcast. And so far I've been able to keep it. I think this is the 7th day. I started on the 1st. But I didn't publish till after midnight. So, the number counting thing, it's annoying me, but it's not going to exist after 31 days. So anyway, but I'm also, I like the idea of saying every day. And even if I only say I do this every day for a year, even if I only make 300 podcasts instead of 365, I think I'm going to be okay with that. So if there are some days where I don't keep that small promise, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. And I'm also going to choose a special experience over podcasting. But as you know, or might not know, but I'll tell you, but I kind of keep myself and the things that I want to do as a priority, and I try not to fill any part of my day with anything that I don't want to do. So my days are pretty fun, and I get a lot of alone time. All right, because I planned it. I planned my life to be that way. And I know the alone time part's not easy for everybody, but, it's just something that's, I don't know, I guess you could say a super priority for me, that I get a lot of time to sit and to think and to work, and that's just how I organize my day. So anyway, there's the Mel Robbins thing I just wanted to mention, and maybe you guys out there have another opinion, or maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. But the small promises thing, I get it, but at the same time, I feel like you should live every day as if it was your last. Possibly. I don't know. It's kind of something you've got to, I don't know. I guess that's the balance that everyone has to figure out. So the other thing was, I've been thinking about what is the new social media plan, because I feel like everything has changed since the shutdown began, and all the things that are happening right now that are making everyone's feel very stressed and have very hard lives, and just everything that's coming to the surface and that's happening right now, which are different things for different people. But it seems like the energy has certainly shifted, and I can't put my finger on why marketing a product feels good right now. If it does not feel good right now, and it feels very, very forced or fake or something is not right. And I feel like social media, something is not right. I'm feeling a huge shift. So there's kind of three things that I'm trying to work out in my head, which is the new social media plan, and online marketing, and publicity. These are three different things, and I feel like everyone needs to stop and really think about what's important, what is the best approach, what feels good, what is fun, and what actually works. You could spend 1,000,000 hours a day on social media and still get nowhere. You could spend 1,000,000 hours on online marketing and still get nowhere. I'm kind of thinking, as far as you could spend 1,000,000 hours on publicity and trying to get publicity and trying to see what you can make happen with that, and you're gonna get somewhere. I don't know how far, but something's gonna happen. So I'm kind of leaning towards the new social media plan is, I kind of made a list of what I want to think about social media, and I think social media should be valuable to yourself. You should enjoy doing it. You should be learning something, possibly. If you're going to do social media, maybe not. Maybe it could just be totally fun and easy. But if you're learning something at the same time, I feel like that's a bonus. And think about how it could be valuable or fun to anyone else. I feel like the old way of doing social media was you 100% have to make it valuable, or else you're probably wasting your time. Why would anyone care about whatever it is you're posting if it's not valuable to somebody else? And I kind of feel like that's wrong. Or at least it might have been right before, but it's wrong now. I feel like social media, if you're going to use it, which you absolutely do not have to, if you're going to use it, I think it should be valuable to yourself. You should be enjoying it. It should not be a whole rigmarole of something that you think is awful and you feel like every day you're failing because you're not doing enough, and the whole thing. I think we all kind of know what I'm talking about, even though I'm not explaining it in the very best way. But it should not be a pain. And if it is a pain, maybe don't do it. Maybe just stop. I know it seems weird, and I know January I might have had a totally different opinion, but I feel like something's happening, something's changed. I think if you feel uncomfortable posting right now, just stop. Don't do it. You don't have to be the biggest Instagrammer in the world. You don't have to have any amount of followers. You can have a business, and you can have a product, and you can have a personal brand without being on any of them. I think you just got to find your own way. And if social media is harmful, because it is harmful for certain people, if it's not exciting, if it's soul-sucking, just don't do it. And have a new plan. And I'm thinking that publicity might be part of it, or might be the thing to focus on, instead of having these vanity metrics on social media. And I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm having this conversation in my brain every day, and I'm going to come to you with a solution. And having this moment to talk to hopefully somebody out there, I feel like it's a positive thing. I talked about the artist way last time, and I haven't read the book yet, but I have been watching today a lot of speeches that Julia Cameron has made, and some interviews and stuff. And I will read the book. The book's coming soon, but I just haven't gone that far yet. But she did not, when her book, The Artist Way, got published, she did not market it at all. There was no marketing plan, and she didn't market it. But when she was creating it, she kind of thought that artists might get together and talk about the book. And she wanted it to be something, if someone owned the book, they could have their own group and have their own meetings, kind of like an AA thing. And, The Artist Way sold 100,000 copies before the publishing company realized that they should do some marketing. And but she said word of mouth. Anyone who used The Artist Way and read the book, they usually shared it with 7 other people. So, and we gotta realize social media has only existed since 2001, 2004. I'm not sure exactly. But it has not, people still sold products. People still had businesses. People still did things without social media. So, I don't know. It's just a thought. Maybe marketing isn't the number one thing. Maybe social media isn't the biggest thing in the world. It doesn't need to make you feel guilty for not doing it, or whatever it is, whatever's on your plate. I'm definitely reconsidering it and its importance and how I use it, and I'm just pretty much going through that right now. Anyways, I forgot to put the timer on again. So, I don't know. I feel like I've been talking for a good amount of time. I kind of wanted to mention, a lot of people say it's good to make a gratitude list. And it is good. But I find that I don't, even though it would be nice to do that every day, I do not do that every day. But I do have a kind of a candle that I light every day when I get to my computer. I light the candle and I just say thank you for, thank you for, I guess, having a creative day. It's just kind of a basic, like, I'm happy to be here, thank you. And then every time I stop working for the day, I blow out my candle and I say thank you for getting to work and getting to be on my computer. And I don't know, just kind of an overall gratitude. I don't want to say ritual. I guess you could say ritual. I don't know. But I definitely have my candle that I use every day, and I light it when I start working, and I blow it out when I finish. And it does, I feel like it does help me keep some focus, and just kind of reminds me of how lucky I am to be able to wake up and work on anything that I want to work on. And I have, pretty pleasant, I don't know. I feel like every day I design my day. I feel I'm just a very peaceful, low stress person. So yeah, I just really appreciate it. And I don't know, I gotta wrap up this show, and I still don't know how to end a show, so I'm just gonna play some music.